And what we know for sure is that the best creativity comes in groups. The best creativity comes when you're constantly challenged, when people have different ideas, when people have a lot of questions. That's how creativity is sparked. I think in a business like Unilever, I truly believe that only one thing is true. We all win together. In order for us to win, in order for us to achieve great results, we have to do it as a group of people. I think the world of work has changed a lot in the last 3 to 4 years. We used to be in offices where we would come to the office 5 days a week, and that was normal life. But we all know that after the pandemic and everything that has happened in the last couple of years, life has changed, and also the way in which we work has changed. So when we thought about what would be the future of work in Unilever Japan, and also what our employees were telling us and the way they were behaving in their new work habits, we realized that we needed to adjust, that we needed to make some change, and we worked very hard to try and create the best possible space for them to enjoy the future of work. When all of a sudden we realized that employees, that ourselves, can actually be very productive and do very good work when we are home. And actually when we're home, we can also do the occasional laundry and go and pick up our kids, and and we become very productive because we also avoid commutes. And to think maybe there is a moment and a time of the week to be in the office and be with colleagues, but there is also a lot of joy and productivity in staying at home a few times per week. I think what we have discovered after the pandemic is that there is a moment during the week for people to be alone, to focus, to concentrate, to do work that takes them away from others, to be able to have the best possible outcome. And we think that that's the right time for people to probably work from home, if they wish so. But when they then come to the office, I think we had to really increase the possibility for them to be together, to meet, to spend time, to collaborate, to enjoy, to celebrate. So the idea of our new office is those days in which the employees choose to come to the office, they can spend more time together, be closer to each other, and collaborate much more than they did before. I think there has been a lot of research conducted after the pandemic that has showed that for people to really maximize their time together, being in the office, it's really about those 5 minutes chat that you have while you grab a coffee, while you go for lunch together, while you just sit next to each other. Office is time for ideas, for people to almost interrupt their thinking and be able together to get to new solutions, new answers to problems. That is something that is difficult to do if you're not in the office. But also when you come to the office, you need an environment that gets you close to people in a space that is informal, relaxed, fun, with a lot of different ways for you to connect with others. We know that when that happens, if that's the way you spend the time in office, that's something that cannot be replaced, and the whole productivity of every team goes very much up the roof. As a business, we are all about our brands and what we can create, the way in which we can innovate, the way in which we can bring new products, new experiences, and great new things to the market. And of course, this kind of work requires people to be together, to think differently, to do things differently. And what we know for sure is that the best creativity comes in groups. The best creativity comes when you're constantly challenged, when people have different ideas, when people have a lot of questions. That's how creativity is sparked. And for a business like ours, as someone used to say, creativity is one of the biggest unfair competitive advantages. It's the kind of thing that if we can unleash, then nobody can copy it. It will get us to win, but also we have to create the best possible experience for all of our teams to be as creative as possible. We have done several things. Creativity is often stimulated by very unnoticeable, neurological pathways in your brain that are really suddenly activated. So one of the things we did was adding more color. We know that color is one of the things that stimulates the brain to become creative. We have introduced more art around the office to get our people to be able to see them and be stimulated. We have created some spaces where people can sit down in groups, very flexible spaces that can take different shapes so that they can decide to create also in any way they want. And then of course we have tried to create an environment that is quite buzzing, that has a strong vibe, that makes people feel energetic, because we know that when you feel the energy around you, not just the people who are with you, but all the people around you, that also stimulates your creativity. To get people to connect and collaborate, sometimes we have to do some very simple things, like creating a space for them to enjoy a snack together or a drink together, for them to have the famous coffee machine chat, right? See in so many TV series and films, but also get them to have spaces where they can work together in many different ways, from having places where they can stand and work, where they can move around and work, they can sit down. So it's all about getting people closer to each other in many different setups, and also create those chance encounters while they are in the office during the day that create new conversations. And all of a sudden, not only you collaborate with the people you already know, but you also start to connect with other people that you don't normally talk about that much, and very soon you'll find yourself collaborating even with those. So it's connection plus collaboration, is working with others and adding more people to that group of people who can work together and do great things. One of the key things we thought about when we designed the new office is to have some spaces inside the office for a large group of people to be together. The space we are in now, which is also our reception where we welcome guests, is a space that we thought with the purpose of having more people being together and having gatherings and spending time together. Similarly, we have done that on our 23rd floor, where there is a big central space where we've already hosted actually a town hall with the whole company, but that's another space to celebrate. So the idea is to have spaces like that can really accommodate large groups of people, and then little by little we'll keep adding more and more over the months, and we'll create the occasions, right? Because you don't just need an office, but you need to create the opportunities and the moments for people to be together and celebrate. And that's very much what we're planning to do now that we have this new space for ourselves. I think it's very important that an office always creates new ideas, and when people come in, they feel stimulated, they feel challenged, they see things that maybe they don't see outside. That's the reason for us to introduce art in the office from our wonderful friends at Albany. That's why we introduced music to the office, which is also something that stimulates pathways and also heart. The heartbeat starts increasing once you listen to music around yourself. We brought in some sustainability elements. We have recyclable elements that come from our own products that really we thought would create conversations and stimulate new thinking. And then of course a lot of other little touches around the office, but the whole idea is that to continuously offer little new experiences and things that conduce to our people also thinking differently. I think in a business like Unilever, I truly believe that only one thing is true: we all win together. In order for us to win, in order for us to achieve great results, we have to do it as a group of people. None of us, whatever is the function you work in, can do that alone. And for sure, to create that environment where people can win together, work together, enjoy their day together, the office is one of the most important first steps. So of course, all I can wish Unilever Japan is many great years ahead. And of course, the office is not the only thing that we'll have, but I think it's a great start of this new journey together. And I really wish all of our employees will take advantage of it and enjoy it.